Welcome to SK Trading Live. Stream will be starting shortly.
Okay, hey everybody. Anybody here? We only got one watching. All right, we got Bitcoin up 2,800. We're gonna probably gap up here. Okay, probably gonna gap up. Anybody here? Okay, we're gonna gap up here on YouTube here. All right. Hey everybody, how are you? Mikey, Jacques, Solomon. I think they're gonna gap up here. Nasdaq. Let's see here. We got the Bitcoin up 2,800 here. Okay, we're probably gonna gap up. Lord Giorgio Capital. Hello everybody. Hope everybody had a great weekend here. Okay, all right. Not going to stay on that long here. It's a Sunday right before Thanksgiving. If they gap up here, boom. Okay, probably look to short these here. S&P 66 and a half up to 72 and a half. Nasdaq, if it gets up to the even to 90, look to short the Nasdaq. Okay, I told you they're going to gap up here. All right, let me see here. I tried to short them here. And if you short the S&Ps, Nasdaq just dropped. Oh my God, Nasdaq just dropped 50. Overbought into those negative MACDs. Nasdaq, S&Ps just got kabooshed. Okay, we're going to do about a 1 hour live here today, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome to SK Trading. You knew they were going to gap up here. We're up about 40 points here. Because, you know, we got Bitcoin here now up over 2,900 points. Okay, so, you know, I knew when you saw Bitcoin, anybody short the S&Ps or Nasdaq up there, Dragon Trader, you never called me Dragon Trader. How are you? AJ Trade Space, hello everybody. Hello everybody. Hello. Oil just got absolutely kabooshed. Oil. Jennifer. Hey Jennifer, how are you? Again, if the Nasdaq gets up to the 50 range, okay, Nasdaq gets up to the 50 range. I look to short the Nasdaq 50 up to 90 range. You know, just want to just say, let's see here. Nasdaq, S&Ps get up to the 66 and a half. It's got up to 66 and a quarter. All right. S&Ps just dropped 5. Gold doesn't know what it wants to do. Gold's still down 11 here. Nasdaq can't get going. When you saw Bitcoin gapping up like this, it was pretty evident, right? Pretty evident that they were going to gap up. Okay, pretty evident. Happy Sunday, everybody. Does Bitcoin lead the way? No, not all the time. But I just knew that with Bitcoin up 2,900, the S&Ps were going to gap up here, right? You just knew that the S&Ps were going to gap up. So it just Nasdaq just dropped about 35. S&Ps just dropped about 5 here. All right. I hope everybody has a great week trading. Again, I just finished my podcast because I had a splitting migraine on Friday, and I have to tell you that hey Zach, I have to tell you that, you know, basically the word for the week was wild. Now on Friday, right, the first thing, I mean, I want to show you this. I mean, the 15-minute time frames reversed to buy around 110. At 11:10, sorry. Then the 30-minute, look at the 30-minute right here. Look at this, 11:30. The 30-minute reverse to buy with the MACDs from below the pivot. And then what do you look to do? The 60 reverses to buy, all 3 time frames with the MACDs Hey, Carlo, crossing up from below the pivot. Anybody short the NASDAQ or S&Ps on that push up? Okay. And then, hey, you got your first blue sky 100K launch account. Great job, HR. Great job. And then look at this beautiful bull flag. This is the pullback here. I don't like the gap up. I kind of like the gap up, Arton, and I'll tell you why. If you look at the index futures here, you can just see that the 15-minute time frame didn't confirm the push up here on the 15s. That's why I thought there was a good short here on the gap up. NASDAQ, S&Ps just dropped 10. NASDAQ just dropped 50. Arton, you see that negative MACD there? Okay. So anyway, I don't know if we're going to really see much here tonight. I'm only going to stay on for about an hour or so. Really not much to do here. Again, you know, when you're trading the market, news can come out of left field. We saw on Thursday, we saw the NASDAQ futures drop 1,400 points. NVIDIA got absolutely cooked. And why? Because of the possibility of demand being higher than they previously stated. So, you know, but overall, I have to say that the most important thing is the fact that on Friday there was rumors of interest rates being cut, and then again with NVIDIA being able to sell processors and chips to China. Again, all this gold looks weak here. I think gold's going down. That's what I think. But now, when you get that gap up like that, I mean, Bitcoin just dropped about 700 points. Okay, gold just got kabooshed there. NASDAQ just dropped about 70. You know, but again, just you know, just got to just tell you that it's just really, you know, I don't know. Last Sunday it was pretty wild. This Sunday seems very tame. So when I walked in around 5:15, I saw Bitcoin up. I said, "Up, S&P is going to gap up," and that's exactly what happened here. So again, we just got to watch it here. I'm thinking if this NASDAQ pulls down to the, I would go maybe 61 to 91 range. I'd be a buyer. S&Ps, if they get down to the 52, 57. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is if you look here on the 30-minute time frame, Arton, you can see the 30s want to turn up here. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe you get one more push up. All right. I hope everybody had a great weekend. It's going to be a great week again. All I can say is that, you know, it's been very, very, and there's one thing you should not do is do over trading. I see a lot of people, you know, when you hit your goals, you stop. When you hit your goals, you stop, and that's about it. Let's just see if they're, with these positive MACDs, if they get a little bit of a pullback here. After how many minutes? There goes the NASDAQ. NASDAQ, I would look at selling longs 94 to even. S&Ps, here we go. S&Ps 58. So go 58 to 60, 61. NASDAQ. The trades could last anywhere from 1 to 8 minutes. If you're scalping, let's say you just bought 57s, you sold them at 58, 59s. So it's just a matter of determining the pattern. I mean, Sunday nights, last Sunday they were wild. They traded down about 80 on the NASDAQ and ripped 100, and the S&Ps I think dropped about 24 and then ripped about 40. So it was pretty wild, I have to say, pretty wild. So anyway, that's all right. So let's see if this Nasdaq again here probably look to go long like the 52.82 range. S&Ps here, you can go like 1.5, 6.5 range on the. There goes gold making new highs here intraday. Be careful being short here on the gold. If you look at the gold here right now, you can see the gold futures here. The gold futures are negative here on the 30. The 15s are getting overbought. Might be a good short here on the gold, actually. Oh, the 60s, positive MACD here. Ooh, boy. Let's see here. What's gold doing here on the 5? Pushing up 73 here. Just dropped. All right. Let's see if this gold can get one little. Looks like you got to go with the strategy. If the 30 and the 15s are negative, you probably look to short this gold. 73 up to like 78, 79. Nasdaq, look to sell Nasdaq. Just raise your stops. Both S&P and Nasdaq. S&P just ran 4. Nasdaq just ran about 15 Arton. Gold just dropped 6 just now. Okay, that's not vodka. That's water. I got to drink 100 ounces of water a day. Arton, I bought you a ton of water when you get here, Arton. All right, so S&Ps just rallied. Nasdaq just ran up to 98, 99. S&Ps just ran up to 59. Let's see. All right, gold just dropped about 5. Very quiet. There goes the S&Ps, Arton. There goes the Nasdaq. Great short in the crude. Yes, Henry. That's a great short in the crude into the negative MACD, Henry. Great short. Absolutely. Zachary. Right there, Zach. I keep calling you Henry by mistake. Zachary. Into the, look at the 5 minute. Zachary caught that beautiful short. This is the pencil down. You shoot up. Look at that. Oh my God. 58.03 into the negative MACDs. The 15s are rolling over. Look at the S&Ps. Go! Look at the Nasdaq, Arton. Nasdaq just ran over 24. S&Ps just ran 5. Nico, how are you, Nico? Anybody get that long on the S&P and Nasdaq? There you go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful long. All right. I don't know if I'm going to stick. 7 o'clock might be it for me because it's a Sunday, and even though it's a short week, I got to tell you, I've been burning the candle at both ends, and just want to get fresh for tomorrow. But I thought that was really nice. Push down like a little mini bull flag on the 3 and the 5 minute time frame. The MACDs are positive, right? If you look here on the S&P and Nasdaq futures on that. You have here's the 5 minute, the up and down pattern. You can see S&P's got down to 55, just ran about 6, and you can see even the 3 minute time frame. You can see the beautiful MACD positive. The ADXs are rising. The big buying pressure here. Okay, Nasdaq just ripped 30. Okay, Nasdaq. Anybody get the long on the S&P or Nasdaq on that? Big M, I had a great weekend. Yeah, Hendrix and I, we just chilled out. Very, very nice. Okay. Arton and Aaron will be here on the 7th, okay, of December. I'm looking forward to seeing both of them. Really excited. And just have to say that it's something that, yeah, just looking forward to it. Can it be processed immediately when the EZ04 is cut? I don't know what that means. Crude went wild, yep. All right, if this gold, let's see if this gold can get one more put. Anybody get that long on the S&Ps or Nasdaq? Nobody? Nasdaq just ran about 30 just now on that pattern. Really nice long there. No, not this. Yeah, this Thursday, right, Jeffrey? Thursday? You'll be here? Yep. Just gonna have a little dinner and then probably just chill out, relax. Again, most gold. If this gold gets up to the 74.5 to 80.5 range, I'd look to take a short on the gold. Gold just got up to 74.70. Yes, in the 7th to the 13th, correct. I got Erin coming. I got so many people wanting to visit. That's just really remarkable. Really, really remarkable. All right, Artan, I'll see you later. All right, gold just dropped 3. I don't know if anybody shorted that gold up there. Anybody? It's gonna be really quiet here. Like I said, you got to be ready for news at any time when you're trading. It's important. Like on Thursday, we saw the Nasdaq drop from up 600 to down 1,400 off the highs. Anybody short that gold? David, did you short that gold up there? There you go, Artan. This coffee. Artan's going right to Starbucks. Gold and Nasdaq. Artan's buying. He's going right to Starbucks and buying the cappuccino, espresso, grande, and a couple Danishes. Right? God bless you, Artan. Great job. Great job. All right. So, very quiet compared to. There you go. Oh, my God Almighty. Yeah, there you go. That's Artan. 15 different drinks for all his cousins and family and sons and wife and children, and unbelievable. How is important is the overbought oversold oscillator? I don't use a stochastic. Can it be? I use my own overbought oversold oscillator. Look at Bitcoin. Yeah, I agree. Bitcoin was what led the S&Ps to gap up here at 38. Nasdaq up 190. Alex Sev, how are you? Johnny C, how are you? You missed the opening here, Johnny. You got to be here exactly before 6 o'clock. Can't be dilly-dallying. All right. Yep. So many people. Anybody new here? Anybody new? It's going to be really quiet here. I might not even stay until 7, but we'll see. We'll see. And again, tomorrow night I'll be hosting. Let's see. Tomorrow I'll be hosting for My Funded Futures from 8 to 10, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Obviously, Thursday markets are going to be closed. Denny Bridges, nice to meet you. If you're new, you could text me at 914-500-7484. Also, if you have any questions and you're part of my community, so many of you this weekend have called me. I returned every text or call, someone asking to speak to me. So just want everybody to know that. All right. All right. S&P and Nasdaq dropping now here. All right, let's wait for some type of an oversold condition. Very quiet now. I mean, not like last week. Last week it was wild, right? Yaz, how are you, Yaz? Am I saying it right? Bonita Beach, how are you? U.S. holiday only? Yes, Thursday. You took the long on the Nasdaq? Okay. All right. Bitcoin just dropped about 700 off the highs. Should go higher. S&P futures, if they pull into the 46.5, 52.5 range, I look to buy them. Nasdaq gets down to I would say the Nasdaq 33 to 70, 30 to 7, 40 to 70 range on the Nasdaq. So on Friday, someone said to me, I called along on the Nasdaq 80 to 40, it got down to 47, then ripped. You can't do single lot entries, people. You can't do single lot entries. You can't, and I'm going to take my board out for this if you can see me here. Okay, you can't trade single lot entries. You can go, so a person said, Steve, I don't understand, you didn't call one short. I didn't call one short, I called about 19 shorts on the move up. But here nor there, right? So he said, I called along 80 down to 40 on the NASDAQ. Now, when you're trading the NASDAQ, people, you can't just do a single lot entry. like just buying one price. So I don't trade the NASDAQ, but if I did, and I have in the past, it doesn't make a difference to me. Let's say I'm calling it, so maybe I'll go 75, 65, 55, and 45. So maybe you buy, again, how many contracts do you want to trade is the next question, right? So you already got the range, right? Now you have to determine, is it a pattern or a scalp? And how many contracts do you want to trade? Okay, are you trading 10 micros? So maybe you go 1144. I don't know, maybe you go 2 2. I don't know, I'm just making this up, 2 2. That's 4. 2, and that's 6, and then 4, or you go 1 2, that's 3, and maybe you go 2, that's 5, and then 5. So everybody has a different way of putting the orders in. Now, is that gold? If you're short, if gold, I think gold just pushed up there. If you're short the gold, I would lower your stops if you're short. Anybody get short the gold? 74, 74 and a half here on the gold. Why isn't this changing to gold? That's nice. It's really important to understand. Okay, gold got up to 74.30. Wonderful. All right, missed it. Okay. You sound further away. I'm not moving. I'm not moving. Crude got absolutely kabooshed. That was a beautiful pattern, Zachary. Okay. How's Hendricks? He's doing well. NASDAQ, S&P. NASDAQ, if it gets down to the 45.75, and S&Ps, if they get down to the 7.5, 3.5 range, I look to buy them on this bull flag here. Now, the thing I tell people all the time is that if you lined up 10 people in a row, okay, if you lined up 10 people in a row, and I gave a range, and you decide you're going to take 10 contracts, I would bet you my life that all 10 will have different entries and exits. Faust, I want to say congratulations. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you made $10,000 on Friday. That is phenomenal, Faust. I hope that's how I read it. Gold just missed it by 20 cents. I would cancel the gold short. I mean, and so many people would, it's a struggle to some people. Does anyone have a coupon for Blue Sky Live Reset? Well, I would wait for tomorrow. I'm going to be getting a lot of. I'm going to be probably getting a lot of Black Friday. But does everybody understand this? So when this person said, when the person said to me, well, I didn't call one short and I bought 80s and watch it go to 47. That's not, you have to scale into the trade, okay? You have to scale into the trade. I just have to run to the bathroom and I will be right back in like three minutes here. I still think they're going to get one more push up here, but I will be right back here. am back. Whew. All right, sorry about that. Oh, all that water went right through me. Let's see here. There's a question, does the gap? No, I don't think the gap means anything. NASDAQ, you can raise your stops if you're long, sell above 80. Why did I cancel the gold short? Because it got up to 74.30. I was 74.5. I missed it by 20 cents. S&Ps, you can scale out any longs here, 54 to 56, 57. NASDAQ just ran about 15. Look at the gold drop, right? I had the right perfect short on that off the 15 into the negative MACD on the gold. See this right here? So why did I cancel the short? Because it never got up there. It got up to 74.30. Star Trek, right? What, anybody short the gold on their own? Got up to 74.30. I was 74.5 on that. So sometimes you miss it, right? Okay. And those of you who are on X, Instagram, LinkedIn, and TikTok, welcome. Okay. Yeah, make room for more water. I got to drink 100 ounces. I got to drink 100 ounces a day, or else I'm not going to be in that pain again, I tell you. And again, those of you who are on X, Instagram, LinkedIn, and TikTok, welcome. This is I'm Stephen Kalayjian, and really quiet here for Sunday night. Last Sunday was wild. So Star Trek, do you understand why I canceled the short on the gold? It just dropped $7, right? Tronex, okay. All right. What is my call for the NASDAQ? I called the long. I said, look to go long 40 to 70 range. And it dropped. Now they're pushing up. You didn't hear me say that? I said, look to go long the NASDAQ and the S&Ps. I said, look to buy the S&Ps 47.5 to 53.5. And the NASDAQ between 30 and 70. The NASDAQ got down to 66. Now we're up almost 30. I did a wind sprint. Okay, gold's down 8, S&P's up 4, NASDAQ's up 30. Anybody get the long? Yes, you should have got that long. Okay, Ani, good job, Ani. Anybody get the long on the S&Ps or NASDAQ? So the gold, basically, was a good short. I was 74.5. Joe Lugano, how are you? S&P's up 5, NASDAQ up 30. Anybody long the NASDAQ on that? Off the 3-minute time frame? Look at the NASDAQ. Oversold, positive MACD, oversold, rising ADX, oversold, big buying pressure. Edra, great job, Edra. How could you miss that? What a short on the gold. I know, I said 74. Look at that, 74.50 like a schnook. Can't believe it. Mikey Jacques, do you get the long, Mikey Jacques? VWAP, nice to meet you, VWAP. And anybody new, please text me, 914-500-7484. Whew. All right. There goes the, all right. Really, you really can't do much here now, to bluntly be honest with you. You really can't do much now. So, that's that. All right. Nice little long there on the S&Ps and NASDAQ futures. I mean, I literally did the wind sprint down the hallway, Tronics. Look at this gold down $9. Oh my God. What a shame. That would have been the trade of the day so far. All right. That's pretty much it though here. What do you think about the Treasury plans to settle $14 billion? I think the bigger problem is going to be when the $12 trillion comes due in March. Okay. Hi, Miss Steven. I spent the past 2 days putting together a greenhouse. I'm whipped. Okay. I'm wiped. Whipped. Okay. I'm okay, the Punisher. How are you? Gold just dropped 9. I don't really think about 14 billion or, and more coming due. I think this is going to print more money. The real problem is going to be the $12 trillion that's going to need to be refinanced come March. I think that's going to be a cabooshin, if you ask me. I think that's going to be a real big cabooshin. I think that's going to be a cabooshin. My God, look at this gold down 10. The offer is up there on the gold. Might as well. All right, let's see here. NASDAQ gets down to the 30-60 range. S&P's 46 to 51. I would take a long here if they get down there. I don't think I'm going to stay the whole. I'll probably 6:45, 7 o'clock. I'm not going to know if I'm going to stay on. Trump might fix it with crypto. I thought about that too. Bitcoin just dropped about 1,200 off the high, but setting up a nice bull flag on the 15 on Bitcoin. S&P's right back up. NASDAQ just ran 20. What was the low on the NASDAQ here? The NASDAQ hit 60 right to missed it by a 0.25. Look at that. All right, S&P's just ran 2. S&P's you can go 46.5, 1.5. You can probably go on the NASDAQ here. You can go 31 to 61 range. Okay. Let's see here. Wow, I can't believe we only got about 4 or 5 more weeks till the end of the year. Anybody doing anything special for New Year's? Not my favorite time. I just pretty much just chill out during that time period. I don't really do much. See if we get another push up. We have a little bit of a triple Lindy here on the gold futures. So the way I look at the market, for those of you who are new, I look at 3 time frames, a 15, a 30, and a 60-minute time frame. And I then look at indicator 4, which is my own proprietary algorithm, which gives me the ability to look at the market. So when I was looking at gold before, I recognized on the push up on the 15-minute time frame, if I could just type, I don't understand why this freaking keyboard does this to me. You can see indicator 4, I'm negative on the 15. And then if you look here on the 30-minute, you're negative as well into the negative MACD. So when you were getting overbought into the negative MACD on the 15 and on the 30, that's why I was calling the short on the gold. Now, prior to that move up, the gold did hit 74.80. But then when I went in, looking here, I said, look to short the gold. Here, it got up to 74.30. The one prior was 74.80. So, of course, it drops. Okay? All right? I don't know if anybody saw that, but so 2 out of 3 time frames were in sell mode, the 15 and the 30. So, but now we're looking at the 60-minute time frames. Still very bullish here on the 60s, but Big number here is 4047. Okay, but we'll see what happens. Everybody understand the methodology using the multiple time frames. Every time frame, every condition that I have has a buy and a sell divergence. A buy and a sell divergence. So it's really important that you understand the 3 time frames, the 5 conditions, and the buy and sell divergence. So 3 time frames, 5 conditions, and 10 strategies. Period. That's it. Period. Okay. All right. Gold's still getting kabooshed here. Anybody have any questions while I'm here? Anybody? Anybody have any questions here? All right, let's see if the NASDAQ can get to the 30-60 range. S&P's 6.5, 1.5 range. When the gold pushes up to the negative MACDs, how do you know the 15 won't turn? Well, because the 30-minute time frames reverse the sell, so you have 2 out of 3, and the strategy is you short the first bounce on the 15 after the 30 correlates, right? John, that's a strategy. What financial outlets do you use to track? I just look at the same names every single day. I don't spread myself out like that, to be bluntly honest with you. I don't spread myself out like that. I believe that what you should be doing is just focusing on either if you're going to trade index futures, commodity futures, or trading individual name stocks. I don't believe that you should be all over the place. That's just my personal opinion. Okay, I just don't see it. S&P's just trade down to 50.25. Look, if you're long, look to sell out 51.5, 53, 54. All right. I think what the most important thing here is that what people need to focus on, right? What people need to focus on is the ability to just pick a name. And if you're trading the index futures, you want to try to make at least 25 points a day or 50 points a day if there's NASDAQ, if you're using micros. If you're trading the big ones, you want to try to get anywhere from 10 to 15 points on any given day. And that's the way I look at the market in that regard. What else? Very, very quiet here tonight. 159 people. I want to say thank you for tuning in. Nacho, live cattle. Nacho, I love you to death. Can you just focus on the index futures? Forget about hogs and cattle and pork bellies and be great at one thing, not good at many, Nacho. Right, brother? Okay? 2 out of 3 ain't bad, right? Meatloaf. Absolutely. S&P's hit a high of 66, got kabooshed. NASDAQ hit a high of 24,550, dropped about 90 after the gap up. Bitcoin is down about 1,300 points off the highs. So S&P's and NASDAQ, I would raise your stops if you're long, Carlo. If you bought them, just scalp them. Okay? I had the pleasure of having Carlo and his beautiful wife here last week. Tonight I got Mahi coming in. There goes the S&P. There goes the NASDAQ. Beautiful longs. Beautiful longs. Mikey Jacques. Look at that beautiful long on the NASDAQ. Mikey Jacques with the 30-minute turning up. Mikey Jacques. Anybody get that long there? That was a beautiful long. Nice in and out trade here. You can see the NASDAQ got down to 55 and then ripped 25 right up. 51 to 54, great scalps, Zachary. Yeah, Hendricks is a good boy today. It was 83 degrees here today, Carlo. We had a really nice time. Really, really nice time. Really nice time, I have to say. And again, anybody who wants to give me a call or, 914-500-7484. Really looking forward to speaking to a lot of you. And again, with the volatility in the market, the way we've seen it in the last couple of days, it's just important to really focus and understand that you just want to be able, to just hit singles and doubles, period. Singles and doubles. Singles and doubles. That's it. Singles and doubles. Right? Singles and doubles. I want to get away. I want to fly away. There goes the NASDAQ up 20. S&P's up 4. Anybody get the long there or still long? Raise your stops in the NASDAQ and S&P's. All right. So again, thank you for those of you who are joining me here on LinkedIn, on X, and TikTok, and on X, Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn. Thank you so much. Very quiet for a Sunday night. Normally, it's not really like this. I just take I just take one day at a time. I do not trade before earnings. I wait for the dust to settle. S&P's up 5. NASDAQ up almost 25 here. I don't believe that you should be taking a position into earnings like that. You wait for the dust to settle. Anybody get the long on the S&P and NASDAQ? Carlo, please tell me you got that long. Please. Make my night, Carlo, please. I don't like Starbucks coffee either, Artan. I don't like it either. Whew. All right, I don't... All right. Good job, Carlo. Remember, we have a game plan, Carlo, right? We have a game plan. Whew. I want to get away. Very quiet. There goes the gold shooting right back up. All right. And I want to thank a special thank to Aaron. Aaron's been a godsend ever since he joined my team. I can't thank him enough. Also, Artan for contributing, and I can't wait to see Artan and Aaron here in approximately about 2 weeks. Artan's coming in. Where's Hendricks? He's home. My kids were playing with him. Tomorrow, lots of news. There's always news, but we just got to wait for the dust to settle. Good job, Melina. Good job. All right. So, with that being said, caught about maybe 3 or 4 longs on the NASDAQ, S&Ps into those positive MACDs. Again, You have what's called a buy disconnect. The 15s are negative on indicator 4, but you're bullish on the 30 and 60s, so you got to take the long into the positive MACD, right? Our time's drinking coffee. Exactly. I agree. I totally agree. Okay? I totally agree. And so many of you who are new here, okay, again, the most important thing is to determine a scalp or a pattern, how many contracts you want to trade, what ranges are you looking within the range. Are you going every 1, every 2, every 2.5 within the range? If it's a NASDAQ, every 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, or 12, okay? If it's gold, gold and S&P, the S&Ps I'll do maybe a 6-handle range. NASDAQ I'll always do like a 30 or 40, but you don't go every 2, you go every 8 to 10 on the NASDAQ. Complete different animal, right? Gold, if I go 6 to 8, maybe you go every 2, 180 to 230, 240 on the gold, and you scale in the number 4. Number 3 is, how are you going to scale in? Like I said, 1144 if it's 10 contracts. S&P's up 6. NASDAQ just ran about 28. And then number 4 is how are you going to space it out within the range? How are you going to space it out within the range? Okay? So these 4 key points are very important when you're trading. Okay? Please check gold. I don't see anything in gold right now. Gold had a little bit of a triple Lindy and just ran about 3. So, too late for me to touch the gold, to be honest with you. Again, I want to thank you coming here tonight. S&P's up 6. There goes the NASDAQ up about 30 now. Nobody bought the NASDAQ on that, on the first pullback on the 5 after the buy disconnect? I thought that was a pretty damn good long. I thought that was a damn good long. But, nobody bought that? Okay. Tomorrow I'll be starting around 8:15, 8:30. I know we normally say 9 o'clock, but hey, listen, I'm here, so Aaron gets me up and running pretty much right away there. So S&P's up 7 now, NASDAQ up 30. All right, Zach, have a good one. Again, if you look here, you can see, I think this gold's a short like 72 up to 70, 78 here. Let's see. The 60-minute looks like held here, but the 30-minute still pushing a negative MACDs here. I think this gold gets up to the 73, 79 range, 80 range. I look to short it if it gets up there. Might not make it. Got a little bit of a bear flag here now on the 5 right here. It's ran about 8. I don't even know if you're going to get that. 62 up to almost 72 here. Zilfrum, how are you? Hey, Zilfrum from Finland, how are you? It's not that they charge more. I think the volumes. Mr. Kalayjian, how can I monitor the QQQ ETF every day? I just got to get the right platform. I was short this gold 72 up to 79. Um, David Reese, you got to use like TradeStation to get it, okay? Or you got to find a firm that gives you the ETF, right? David Reese, you got to get the an underlying, a member firm. David, okay, David, you understand that? You got to get a member firm to be able to give you the market data for that, David. I want to get away. Oh, all right. It's Sunday night. We have a great week ahead of us. And someone said to me, Steve, why do you trade the Friday after? You can get the data on TradingView. That's right. That's right, Jeffrey. People would say to me, well, why do you come in on a Friday after Thanksgiving? I said, what are you, freaking bananas? I made the most money in my life sometimes on that Friday before the day after Thanksgiving. The volatility is insane. Nobody's around, Marzine, right? Nobody, right? I mean, they could whip them around like crazy, don't you think? I mean, I think so, for that matter. Gold just rallied 10 just now. If you're short the gold and you want to scalp it, to cover 68.20 to 71.20 range. If you want to just scalp it for the short, these five should roll over here. But why not come in on a Friday? What the hell are you going to do? Go to the mall and kill yourself on Black Friday? I never shopped in my life on a Black Friday. I'd rather stay on my couch, lock the door, and never leave. Who the hell's going to go to a mall on a Black Friday and get stampeded? Right? I think still got to go with the 5s and the 15s on this one. Oh, who wants to go to a crowded mall? Right? Why go to the mall? I agree. Who said that? Take note. I agree. Why the hell do you need to go to a mall and get like cattle and get stampeded? Why? That's not me. What am I going to get into a fist fight with somebody? Avoid the stress and the aggravation? Stay home. Relax. After you trade, you go home. What the hell's the difference? Maritime Trades, how are you? Right? Am I crazy or am I crazy? If those of you here, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. That would really help me. What the hell am I going to go to a mall for? What am I going to do at a mall? I don't need anything, number one. And number two, if I want to give something for my kids for Christmas, I just order it online. Or I wait, to get it maybe a couple days before Christmas, or even like today. I went to the mall. I got something for my daughter, and that was it. Remember the Cabbage Patch dolls? Wow, remember that? Yeah. Cabbage Patch. Ha! I think when I was on the Floyd American Stock Exchange, they were raffling one up off, and I think it was going for $50,000. Look to cover this gold between 70 and 72 if you're short. We're going to be closing up soon here in about 5 or 6 minutes. So if this gold drops, let's just cover between the 70 and 72 range. Remember the Cabbage Patch? Ah! Bookmap, I don't really use it, Pete, to be honest with you. There goes the gold dropping. I don't like the confusion of it, though. I just trade the patterns. I built my system. I spent 10 years of my life and close to $1.7 million. I don't want to confuse anything. I don't use hotkeys. I just go click, click, click on the ladder. And I'm waiting for an assistant to actually put the orders in for me. And first of all, as far as hotkeys, Steve, do you execute trades with hotkeys or key? I just use a mouse and I go on the ladder. I go click, 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 and I go click, click, click. That's it. That's what I do. I use different account. I have a ton of money here for in futures. I have another big account right behind it for futures. Another account for futures, and I have a prop firm. Right now, I'm up about $5,900 in the prop account. Just trade the gold. Just go in and out. Again, thank you for those of you who are on X, Instagram, TikTok, and LinkedIn. I hope to see you here tomorrow night. We stream from 8 to 10 on My Funded Futures YouTube, and also right here on my SK Trading YouTube. Those of you who are here, please hit the subscribe button and the like button as well. David, if you need help getting market data, I'm more than happy. There you go. There you go, Tronex. There you go. Steve, as a kid, that's no, it's not me. Okay. Okay. Still think this gold is going to drop on the fives here. I want to get away. I can't believe the freaking Colts lost. Oh, Jesus. Cowboys are getting killed. Giants lost. Who else? Steelers lost 31-30 to the Bears. Bears look pretty good for an NFC team. I don't really look at pro football that much, though. I'm really into college football. All right, prediction. Who's going to win the Super Bowl this year? Or next year? Who's going to win the Super Bowl? Anybody? Let's play a game. We got a couple minutes left here. Jennifer, who's going to win the Super Bowl? Cowboys only down by Brian, here we go. Here comes the gold. Come to Papa. Once it breaks 71.10, it should drop. Let's see here. Who's going to win the Cowboys? Broncos. I like to see the Broncos. Here goes the gold. Lower your stops, Jennifer. If you're short. Bears. Of course I'm a Georgia Bulldog fan. What are you, crazy? NFL's rigged. Absolutely, Lil Roo. Eagles. Rick, how you do? Rick, please call me in 10 minutes, Rick. I couldn't sleep thinking about you this weekend. Please, Rick. Okay. Packers? No. I could see the Broncos. How many teams have not won it? There are like 6 teams that have not won it yet, right? I like to see Detroit win it, believe it or not. I love that coach. Detroit, Titans, Tennessee Titans. Who else hasn't won it yet? There's 4 or 5 teams, right? The Jets are the most jinxed team in the history of NFL. The Lions, right? Who else? There's like 4 teams that haven't won, right? 5 teams, right? Well, I couldn't believe it today. The Chiefs actually had penalties called on them. Can you believe it? The Chiefs actually had penalties called on them, right? All right. So first of all, I want to say thank you to Aaron for tonight. Thank you, Aaron. God bless you. Really very important. Aaron is really a godsend. I want to say thank you for all of you for being here tonight. Hopefully this gold will drop at least to the 10 bar, 67.5, 68.5. And if not, then I would think that, you should get some type of a pullback here on this here. 59, 65. All right. At 7 o'clock, Indianapolis has no offense today. Nothing. I was very surprised at the Colts. And, I mean, their defense is pretty damn good, but still, I mean, I just thought that the Steelers look like they're 6-5 now. Okay, gold's starting to drop. I would lower your stops. With that being said, I want to say thank you to each and every one of you. Sorry that tonight was a little quiet here. Gold just dropped about 2.5, 3, Jennifer. Okay. With that being said, I want to say thank you, everybody. God bless you. Okay. Please watch my podcast, The Bull, The Bear, and the Ugly. I just did it. You'll have it up first thing sometime tomorrow. And with that being said, Carlo, I hope you got it. Okay. Silver 4K. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, my brother Aaron. And I'll see you here tomorrow about 8:15, 8:25 at SK Trading on our Discord live. And Julian, I'll see you in a week. Okay. All right, Jay Schilling, how are you? Took my first payout. Yes. Wow, there you go, Jay. There you go. Brian, have a great night, my brother. Thank you, everybody. And most of all, God bless the United States of America. Have a great night, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow.